since you're driving POV style in Japan and American style. Morning, Snow Evergreens. When we get out of town, I might turn on some music. I don't like music in town, especially towns I'm not used to. Hey, beautiful Anubis. Yeah, I've been walking I've been doing a travel thing. It's not just walking, but yeah, we're renting a car today to go up to a scarecrow village. Then if we have time, we're gonna come back and maybe go to a park. But someone was telling me, one of my students last night was telling me that the beach here is pretty cool, so we might instead reroute there. And I don't know, I think we need to probably come back to Kochi at some point. Spend more time here. I hate these lights. It's always awkward. Fun road trip. Hey, TJ. Stop and get something to drink too. I want to stop and get something to drink, and I also want to confirm that, because sometimes the car navigation is not very good. It's like old. Tried doing a stream the mountain. It was terrible. Definitely can be. Yeah. Guess we got that car after all. We did. What's up, Ziggy? Good morning. Next convenience store I see, next convenience store that's easily accessible. Because I think we're heading east right now. How are you otherwise? I'm alright. Been a little bit slow with work, but after, several years of being quite busy with work, I suppose it's okay. I'm feeling very invigorated to keep making videos, and I enjoy editing now. I mean, there's still things that I need to learn, like more skills I need to learn about it, but I'm enjoying the process. You know, we've been getting a bunch of feedback from Lyle's video, which is super cool. Okay. All right, we're gonna park. I'm gonna confirm. Might be able to go back to Japan maybe later this year, but not sure with scheduling at work. Let me know. I'll be around. In the fall, I think I'll be, or not like fall, but I think September I'll be pretty busy, but, okay, this has me take a left up here. Oh, we can just cut through the parking lot, can't we? All right, be good, chat. I'm leaving you out here because it's way too troublesome to deal with taking the backpack in and out of this type of stuff. So we're gonna set our e-brake, and you guys be good watchdogs. I will return shortly. If anyone comes in, let them know that I went to get something. Okay. Thanks, everybody. See you soon. Oof. All right. See what everyone's up to. Looks like a PlayStation controller? Not really. It looks like Shikoku. Looking the window. Hey everybody. Leave a window open. I was quick. It's pretty cool. What's up, Atomic Jelly? Do some carving. The person who has to scatter the most is Vivid. I don't know about that. Alrighty. I did get a interesting little normally I don't get like Western rice balls, but this is the first time I've seen this. And yeah, we're gonna find out. Interesting little Martian time, I think. I don't know. Did I say something weird? Weirder than usual? Anyway, it's got pepper mayonnaise, cheese, and famichiki. I bet this gives me... Is this a Corolla hatch? I have no idea. I don't think it's a Corolla. I think it's a Yaris or something different. Now Corolla, I think Corolla is considered a full-size car. This is considered a compact car, whatever this is. Oh, I see, I see. Still a four-door? Yeah, it's still a four-door. What's up, Manny? Nice vid. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I see. I got an interesting little rice ball. Sorry. Good morning, sir. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. Stuffing is chicken and pepper mayonnaise with cheese inside the chicken. Good morning, bon appetit. Good morning, everybody. Yeah. Oh yeah, how was that? We do have quite a bit of a road trip ahead of us, so I'm pretty sure it's about 2.5 hours each way. So we got a lot of driving to do. For a rice ball, it's going to be pretty good, yeah. Brother. Google's telling me to go up this way. Which actually tracks, because Car Navi was telling me to go that way. And that way looks not like a big city street. Chad, do you want on the dash or do you want like back here? How do you feel? Probably on the dash, huh? What's up, Viceroy? What about Viceroy? Good man with a beautiful mustache. What's up? Hello, hello. This is nice. You add a walking pad to the car and you make your left leg keep moving, or this is a drive and a walk. This is me traveling around Shikoku. That's it. Higher vantage view. Okay. We might try this for a little bit then. See how it goes. Do you like the dash a bit more? Okay, it seems like we're split. It's difficult for me to make a decision if chat is split. Is there a middle ground I can do? Oh, you know what? I think I found it out. I think we lean the backpack forward and then we... Yes, yes. That might work. That's not gonna work, is it? Alright, dash cam it is. I'm able to move it back a little bit. Okay. Is this a car stream? Kind of. Is there a wide angle mode? That's as wide as it gets. Any mods can create a vote? No, I ultimately have the last. This isn't really a voting thing. Wow, really? Voice came over overspeed detected? I'll be honest. I match the pace. Shablo, thank you very much for the resub. If they're going fast, I'm going fast. If they're going slow, I'm going slow. That said, probably not going to take any big chances today, but now that we're done, okay. All right. Take a left and take a right, huh? Yep. Okay, cool. We're gonna slightly go off course. Drive safe, Sensei. Time to lurk. I always drive safe. It came from the car, but I wasn't sure what exactly was going on there. Ooh. Now we're gonna have to fix that. This goes back. This goes up here. This gets set up here. Okay. sometimes they don't tell you this light, and you just have to like pray you pick the right one. Inked B. I've been saying to start driving on the left side versus the right side even after a while. No, not at all. Not even a little bit. Because there's usually, most roads have arrows or like the way the lights are facing and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, this only works if you're on the left side type of thing. A lot of passive drivers out here. I should have gone that last time. We're gonna get like 5 seconds to turn, maybe, but yeah, I don't drive too terribly often. Most of the time I prefer to walk or take local transit. But I got my license in Japan, I don't know, 7 years ago? 6.5, 7 years ago? Because my girlfriend at the time wanted to go to Okinawa, and I was like, well, I think if we go to Okinawa, I definitely need to drive. So I got what was called a conversion license. And so I went to the Japanese Automobile Association, the JAA, and they translated my license. And then I took that translation to a driving center out in Fuchu, and I took a very, very short written test, passed that, and then the following week I took a practical test, and I barely did not pass any mistake at all. Even like barely touching a curb or something is an auto fail. So barely failed that because I was not used. It was the first time I'd driven a car in a couple years, and I had no experience driving a right-hand steering column car, a right side steering column car, and everything like that. So next week. All right, we're gonna have to. Hold on. We got a stoplight up here. I'll fix you.
およそ300メートル先、左方向です。
Fallen and I can't get up. Yeah. Somehow that keeps the connection in, but me moving it on my backpack doesn't. I am completely befuddled. Been enjoying Shikoku? I have been. The nice combination walk slash transit slash whatever I want to do has been cool. It's been quite neat. And Shikoku is definitely on my list. Like the bamboo guy we talked to a couple days ago, definitely am super keen to come back and talk to him one day. He was pretty dope. But there's a lot of stuff like this trip, it's both. And I mean, we still have quite a bit of trip left. I think what I'm going to end up doing though is I think we're going to probably finish before originally planned, and I think we're gonna hop on the ferry to Beppu, or to Oita, and then go say hi to Oita folks, and then fly out of Oita. I'm falling, I can't get up. Yeah. Biggest problem with other side driving was always turning on the windshield. Yep. I did that on my driving test. Whenever you leave the pit and you go drive into the course, my very first thing was, I did, like, you're supposed to check your mirrors, you're supposed to check your tires and stuff, but alright, we're gonna have to figure something out, because that keeps happening, and I'm not even accelerating that much.
およそ5キロ先、左方向です。This is what's absolutely crazy. That's fallen twice, like pretty gnarly falls, and we're still maintaining signal. But as soon as I like put this dude in my backpack, it's gonna be not as okay. Maybe that's better. I don't know. Guess we'll find out, huh? Nope, guess we won't. We're gonna have to figure something out, because that's getting pretty boring pretty quick, pretty tired pretty quick. I guess I have the other tripod we could put down on the ground maybe. It's gonna be a little bit further back, but it's gonna be significantly more stable. And then I guess since we're somewhat stable, we could just zoom in. Go for the other view. I don't think that's gonna be any different. I think honestly we need to change to the different tripod and just stand it up on the tripod, the other tripod, the standalone. This one's a pretty good one on like flat surfaces, but we're really not in a position to get the other tripod out. If we see something easy to park at, we'll do that, but oh, Sonny, even the lights seem to be doubled or easily visible far off. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, whenever people ask about driving in Japan, it very much is like, there's tons of markings. And like, sometimes if you're on like a really local road where those things aren't there, yeah, maybe you might like, for a second, be a little bit confused. But there's so many markings pretty much everywhere that it's really hard to not notice something. Like, even if you miss one sign. I will say sometimes speed limit signs are a bit not, like, there's not many of them, and that's pretty annoying. But like, there'll be one per X number of kilometers, and it's like, oh, I hope I'm doing the speed limit. And then you pull in and you finally see one you're doing like 10 over, and you're like, oh, this is not good. story. Wife is nervous. Driver and her driving Koichiko was a traumatic experience for her. To be fair, most tourists are not going to other cities. Depends on, I mean, there's a ton of, like, I think a lot of people forget too, like, there are a ton of Chinese and Korean tourists that come into town, and not all of them go or stay in Tokyo. Like, I saw a bunch of Chinese tourists yesterday at the castle, and then as I'm kind of leaving, I saw like a bus or two of, you know, people coming in, tourists coming in. Now, they could also be, some of the buses might just be older. They have these kind of like older people tour buses over here where you, I mean, it's kind of like a cruise, I assume. It's a bus cruise, essentially, as they'll like book lodging and stuff, and you take buses and you take these trips, and you'll see those sometimes. I've seen some that do walk parts of the Tokaido, walk parts of the Nakasendo. I've thought about trying to maybe even get into that type of thing, like being a guide for these older Japanese people. But I would need to super buff up on history and super like, but I don't know, again too, it's sometimes they just want someone who, you know, is fun to be around, depending on the type of, I mean, I think I would be fairly popular. I don't think I'd be like, you know, billionaire tour guide or anything, but I do think that there would be some appeal to having me as a tour guide in these, you know, like when you're hiking or walking or whatever. I couldn't build a business. Okay. I don't think I could build a business doing that with non-Japanese people, but 700 meters, we're taking a left.
よそ300メートル先、左方向です。
Okay, let's see if I can let's see if I can grab it. Which side is it on? It's on the left side. Come on, buddy. Okay. Nice. Okay, cool. Still live? Good night, all. Have a great day. Thank you very much, Vorpal. Okay, let me get caught up. So many Chinese tour buses. Yeah, there's a ton of Chinese tour buses. In fact, again, I don't like to comment on it, but if you ask a lot of older Japanese people, in local sides, they're not too keen on it, but that's the reality. All right, we're gonna be a little bit further back, but I don't think we'll have to worry anymore about falling over. I think. Of course I say that, and then, you know, shit's gonna fall over, but... Is that for my iCoca card? I don't know how much better I can get the angle, chat. Apologies. Maybe a little bit higher. What do you think? All right. That's about as good as it's gonna get, I think. How does... Okay. All right. Neato bandito. Go that way and get out of here. Okay, brake down, reverse. Question is, will it stand?
左方向です。
Oh yeah. Oof. Nice. Not have to worry about anything. Just driving. Flashing lights are really annoying. Huh. Assuming it's morning, it is. It is 9 a.m. 9 o'clock on a Saturday, Friday. Crowd shuffles in.
that's okay. Yeah, some people see it. It is up on the top right. Some people don't. It's okay. Some people are on phone. Some people are on multi-tabs. It's okay. Thank you for sharing it, though. Sharing the information. Expressway only saves us like 20 minutes, so we're just gonna take the old highway. They have palm trees. They do down here, yeah. They do in Shikoku and down a little bit in Kyushu, Miyazaki, and stuff like that. So cloudy. Yeah, it's supposed to rain today. It's supposed to be light showers. Most of the time. You know, I tend to agree with you, but there are some in Japan that make a huge difference. Like, I remember one time So I've had like 2 girlfriends in Japan, and most of them, you know, long term, and or both of them long term. And one of them, my ex, her family lived in Tochigi, which you look at a map and you go, Tokyo, Tochigi, not that far. But the way the roads are, if you take the local roads, it takes it was something crazy, like 3+ hours, 3 to 4 hours. But if you take the expressway, it was like 2.5. So it shaved off like an hour plus. But the problem is it was like 8,000 yen each way. So like I don't know, it was always frustrating. And I didn't want to take a bus, because like taking a combination train bus to where her family lived was like 4.5 hours, 5 hours. And I was like, I don't want to do that either. But it's like, if you don't pay the toll road, then it ultimately is the same time as taking the bus. Hey Citron, good to see you. Time in Kyoto, it rained a lot. It was the best experience. Yeah. No, it's a lot of the toll roads over here are super expensive for kind of no reason. We see a merge up there. It sucks.
wavy roads coming up. roads to break focus. I'll get to you when I get to you. pretty fast. because of long distance travel. No. That girl and I lived together. No, just whenever we'd go visit her parents, it was. No. Yeah. Gas guys, we'll say I have people behind. Like, I'm going. The speed limit's 50. I'm going at least 50, and I've got people just right up me. But also, I don't like taking these turns more than, I really have to. Even before that girl and I moved in together, she only lived one station over. I was living in Koenji, she was living in Asagaya. No, probably, I've talked about it before, like, early on, when I first started trying to go on dates in Tokyo, it was very much like, I found out pretty quickly, like, if you go to, like, a meetup event or something in central Tokyo, like Tokyo Station or, Hibiya or whatever, and they live in like Funabashi, which is Chiba. It's the border of Chiba and then both people are like, probably can find. I mean, I don't know. Especially early in dating, distance can be a make or break. If you already met the person and you know them, then you might be willing to do a little bit more, but it also stinks because, like, then if you're dating in proximity, like my neighborhood, the neighborhood I live in is a pretty well-to-do neighborhood. My apartment's like kind of old and the landlord's super cool, so that's neat. But if I ever, like, hypothetically, if I were ever single again and I wanted to date people in my neighborhood, I don't make enough money to entertain. And again, not that, like, obviously money shouldn't be the reason you date somebody, but a lot of people in my neighborhood would only date people above a certain income threshold, so despite how cool I am, there are just certain things that are very hard to reprogram, perhaps is the right word. Tunnel time. They only date on income? No, they don't only date on income, but you will definitely. I mean, but that happens everywhere. I mean, that's. What is it in the States? 6 foot tall, 6-figure income, 6-pack abs or something like that. This idea of dating for money, I mean, it's not like dating exclusively for money, but there's again, it's just almost like okay, can this guy provide if we started a family type of thing? Or can this guy provide and, allow me to be a stay-at-home mom type of thing? Said is still, lots of younger Japanese people are not having children because it's just impossible. Not impossible. It's very difficult on very low salaries to raise a family, even with government childcare subsidies or things like that, because they don't fit. Like, you get some subsidies for some things, but it still ultimately doesn't change the fact that you know, have significantly more expenses than just with two people, you know, or like two adults. Diapers cost money, formula costs money, childcare costs money. Stress of like, oh, my child has a slight fever, they can't go to childcare, so then I have to take off of work. And then there's pressure from work because you took off of work, and it's just a whole. It's a big problem that Japan is starting to kind of realize they've got to fix, but it's still in the infancy stage of fixing some of these issues. Some companies are getting quite a bit better, but overall it's still quite a difficult thing. First I've heard it. It's a thing. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I've even heard of it, and I'm not dating dudes. So maybe it's not six-pack abs. Maybe it's something else that we don't talk about on stream. But definitely the 6 foot and six figures I've heard a lot of. Ultimately, like a Tokyo thing. Making six figures out in the Inaka, like, you live like a king. Like 40 grand a year. But that's because I've built my whole life about doing pretty simple things to keep me happy, you know? Cooking at home quite a bit. Six something, yeah. I think it's probably a Subway sandwich category, actually. But anyway. I don't know. I mean, everyone has their expectations to date, their preferences, and it's a very unique thing. I think you probably shouldn't complain if your standards are too high, and obviously, you know, I think personality is a lot more important, but there's no doubt that like initial attraction factors are going to be looks or learn, like integrity too. I don't know. A lot of those things take a lot of time to learn. Same with business. I think that's one reason I see a lot of like young business partners have falling outs, because like they don't spend enough time. Like, two people have similar-ish goals, but if one person is more dedicated or more in control than the other person, then there becomes a weird power imbalance and, you know, social network type stuff. Turn you all a little bit, maybe on the way back home. average income, I think it's around 3 to 4 million yen per year. But it's heavily skewed, like, it depends a lot on age, because so many jobs are still seniority based, and the pay scale is based on seniority as well. It's not necessarily on responsibility. So, you know, like the average starting salary is probably like 2.5 to 3 million yen. And then at around 30, you're making, you know, 4 to 5. And 35, you're making 5 to 6. I mean, it's a whole... A lot of the companies have systems and things designed for that. Beyond gorgeous. Yeah, I'm trying to get it a little bit more. I need to turn it a little bit more if I can, so you guys can see more of what I'm seeing. Because you guys, half of what you're seeing is the wall, or a third of what you're seeing is the wall. Michinoeki? Might stop at the Michinoeki. Dang, did we already? Oh, that was a Michinoeki back there? Huh. Blink and you miss it, I guess. Thought we had a little bit more distance.
5 キロ以上道なりです。
Another driving stream for a very long time. I typically don't like to do driving streams. Wasn't following you on TikTok. My big thing is I've been trying to grow the YouTube, which I've been trying to carry over my Instagram shorts. So I've been the TikTok, I just repost what I do on Instagram. So Following me on both helps, but if people only have one, that's okay too. You don't have to. I pretty much just copy paste what I make there to TikTok. Ooh, buddy. He almost just isekai'd himself in front of us. Like he just assumed it was okay for him to walk. Post the same on both. Well, like I said, I need to get on. I've been again, luckily, I mean, this trip has kind of made me realize again too that a lot of things are about consistency, and then a lot of it's just like quality over quantity. And I think my videos are getting a little bit better, my long form, but obviously I need to still work on a lot of little things. But it's kind of the, again, I'm enjoying the process of editing, so. Because it also helps that like I shoot things during the day and I'm like, oh, this is what I want to talk about whenever I make my little recap. day? Or in life? On the road, so you recognize the rental cars because of the wall? Yep. How long does it take to drive around all of Japan in a car? It would take, I think it's like 12,000 kilometers if you do around it. So it'd take you, if you're doing literally every single, just driving across it, I think you could probably do it in a week. $400, 500 kilometers a day, you can do it in a week. That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of kilometers, but 12 hours of driving a day. Probably do what, 8 hours? 8 hours a day. It depends on also how, like, which routes you're taking. If you're taking a lot of toll roads and stuff, you get to go 100. And 100 is pretty dang fast. 80 to 100, depending on which toll roads. We don't want a new route. Worth trying to find a place to park, but not quite. Maybe on the way back. Sata to Oma is 28 hours of driving. Cape Sata to Oma? Really? Ah, but they probably have you take the ferry across to Beppu, huh? Or they have you probably take a ferry from somewhere. I guess it'd be 1,000 kilometers. Let's see. I guess it'd be about right. To Ulma? Cape Sata to Ulma, 28 hours driving. I guess they probably go the southern side. They probably go through Tokyo, right? On the toll roads that way. And then shoot up the coast. I have to look at a map. It seems a little bit shorter than I would expect. But that's like no bathroom breaks, no meals, no sleeping. I don't know anyone who can do, even driving, I don't know too many people who can just straight drive 8 hours a day. Not getting out, taking any pictures, not like, yeah, I don't know. I think a week is definitely doable for most people. Week to 10 days. Again, unless your goal was to literally just drive across Japan. And not enjoy any of it, just drive it. But no one's driving 18 hours a day. I've done it not in Japan though. Yeah, but I don't know anyone who consistently. But again, too, like, what's the point of going to another country and driving all that if you're not like 18 hours a day driving is pretty bananas. Oh, this is that gorge, I think. Water stuff down here. I can't tell what it is. Like canoeing, kayaking. Rafting. Neat. It's cool we zigzag across all these bridges. That was my turn? No, there's no turn. 32 pretty much all the way out. You, me, raft. Soft cream then. Yeah, living up on these hills is pretty cool. Now they're saying it's a new route, but no. A Steadicam? Yeah. I mean, the problem is the what's it called you're on? The tripod you're on wiggles a bit, and so the action cam, which is a Steadicam, should be getting most of it. But if I don't know, sometimes with the shaking of tripods, it can be a bit weird. I'd have to double check and make sure that I have it set on the correct settings. the interesting part is there's not a lot of like turn-off points. There's tons of scenic, like what I would like to take photographs of, but I haven't seen a single like turn-off point to where you can do that. Now some places do have them. I've seen them before, but on this stretch I haven't seen any. So it's kind of interesting to see that. Yeah, that's how it is. Tokushima Prefecture. Let's take a look. That's what I'm saying. There's not even really a place for me to like pull off and then find a way to show that to everybody. Shimomyo. Yeah, so many rafting places. Yep. This entire gorge, or this entire like valley river thing, populated with all of the rafting. Ugh. Have you ever been to Taiwan? I have not. What's up, JP? Martian stream going too fast. I've heard good things about Taiwan. I just haven't skipped my way across the pond yet. But honestly, I've said this a lot, and I know a lot of people are, you know, they want me to go explore other places, but there are so many places in Japan. Oh, excuse me. There are so many places in Japan that I still want to like explore and visit and see. And especially now when money is a bit, it's not tight, but it's a little bit tight for international travel. Like just the flight to Taiwan is probably like not quite a week's worth of travel in these local areas for me. I mean, today we're renting a car that's more expensive than normal, but local train / walking and these Minshuku, it's like Minshuku's 5,000 yen a day. I'm spending probably 2,000 yen a day on food, give or take, and then maybe 1,000 yen for a train here and there. Paris pizza for 20 years. Yeah, my older brother was telling me about how he can get like crazy, I forget what, Ryanair or something, I don't know. One of those discount companies, you get really cheap. I mean, in Japan I can fly really cheap. I can fly one way pretty much anywhere for Ichiman yen, like 10,000, 15,000 yen maybe. But the moment it leaves, I guess you can fly pretty cheap to like Seoul as well, like South Korea. But yeah, and going anywhere besides that, it's prohibitively expensive for current income levels. And you know, like I don't speak any language spoken, and I guess a fair amount of people in Taiwan speak English, but I feel like to really have good interactions, you have to have a fairly decent command of the language. Again, I'm not opposed to going to Taiwan one day, but I'm still very much in my explore Japan. Is there a place I can turn here? I want to park. I just want to sit for a second.
およそ10キロ先、架橋工事のため、片側交互通行です。
Yeah, this is the one I wanted to check out. Oboke Canyon. Kokokara Canyon. Supposed to be super nice. Golly, it is nice. Okay. Can I turn up here?
およそ10キロ先、架橋工事のため、片側交互通行です。
Briefly gonna see if we can. I don't know if I'll even be able to show you guys. I might have to stream from my phone, huh? I have to go to the bathroom. They have a bathroom here. Taiwan could be a fun trip if you were to meet up with a Taiwan-based streamer for a few days. It's a big ask though. Small island is small. Yeah, but I've also we've been taking a fair amount of transit. Okay, how do I want to do this? Okay, let's turn this off. I need to, after this trip, I need to figure out how to make a smaller backpack, like a very small backpack that allows me to just pull it out of the bigger backpack and have all my streaming stuff. That would be pretty sick. Because putting the big backpack on just to get out for a few minutes is not fun. Oh, yes. I see. Yes. That is true. I have crossed about half the island. Well, because it is from Kochi to Takamatsu, it's only like 130 kilometers or something. It's pretty short. I wonder if there's a bathroom in here if I'm just wasting my time. I think it's a convenience. Should be a toilet. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna leave you all here and then check and see if it's worth getting you all out. Because I don't think. Yeah, we still have like an hour to the Scarecrow Village. Video Ninja. Hold on, I want to try something. I'm gonna try. Let's do. Back camera. I don't know if this is gonna work actually. Does this work, chat? Holy shnikes, it works. Holy moly. All right. How do I want to do this while I get out of here? Okay. It's like 480p. It's because it's only one connection. Show us the car. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, let's get out. Oh, gotta set the e-brake. Is it really only 480p? Oh, it really is 480p. Here, let's see if we can. Why so 480p? Let's try this. It really is 480p, huh? I wonder why that is.
Whoa. What?
Yeah, until you saw those people for scale. Yeah. No sounds? Now you should have sounds. I do probably need to turn off this camera and get some actual footage from the it's probably the best shot. I might drive down here. Oh, it's bus parking only. Never mind. I mean, it doesn't seem too terrible on my. Let's see. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's bad. I'll have to figure it out. It shouldn't be this bad. But I do need to actually record video on this. So to do that, I need to get out of this app. Cruise Restaurant Gift Shop. Oh yeah, there's definitely a toilet there. So I'm probably gonna turn you guys back to the Osmo. Have you guys watchdog the car while I take some videos real quick and then run to the bathroom. So we'll go back to that. Sorry everybody. And we might like I said, we might do it later as well. Okay. So let's see, back to live.
動き遅れるけど、もう使いなんだから。